Hi everyone. So, let's talk about overprescriptions. Overprescription. Anxiety meds, depression meds, overprescription. Did you know that Tylenol is illegal in France? It is. Codeine's not, but Tylenol is. It's illegal in France. Ibuprofen has been known to shrink testicles and lower sperm count. You're really not supposed to ingest anything unless there's a dire need for it. One of the things that they overprescribe too is antibiotics. Now, to get into this, antibiotics work on bacteria, right? They do not work on viruses. We have never cured a virus. I made a video on this. We've never cured the common cold. We've never cured a virus. So when you get injected with a shot to prevent you from a virus, that virus is now in you and will live in you forever. And it can come back when you and your immune system start to dwindle as you get older. This is why everyone gets shingles, because they either had chickenpox, which is a herpes virus, or they got the varicella vaccine, right? And then you end up getting shingles as you get older. Antibiotics, though, right? They work on bacteria. Here's the thing about antibiotics, though. They don't discriminate, antibiotics, when you ingest them. They don't discriminate between healthy flora and bad flora. They just kill everything. This is why it's so important to have a probiotic yogurt, or just take probiotics in general when you're on antibiotics, if you need them. The other thing that happens with antibiotics is that viruses and bacteria, well, bacteria mostly, actually bacteria completely, not viruses, bacteria have learned they've evolved. They've evolved. If you've ever taken microbiology, they've evolved to be able to fight things off. Things like MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. MRSA is rampant in hospitals, and it can cause incredible damage. These are resistant to antibiotics. Now, if you work in a hospital, chances are you have a good immune system. Same thing with teachers, right? Because you're always surrounded by these little snot-nosed kids. But here's the thing. MRSA, if you were to swab a person who works in the hospital's nose, you would almost always find MRSA. You'd always find MRSA in there. People live with this stuff. We're a society where everything is a pill, where everything is a prescription, and it can't be that way. You can't live that way. Now, some are necessary. Some are necessary. It's important too, when I teach you guys this kind of stuff, for you to understand that sometimes things are necessary. Sometimes things are necessary. For example, when you're taking certain medications that you need for blood pressure or things of that nature, these are necessary things. But here's the thing, everything is so overprescribed. Everything is run rampant, to be honest with you. Did you know when a drug comes out that it takes, what happens when a drug comes out is they're super, super, super expensive, because a lot of research and development went into years and years of money was poured into researching these drugs. And then by the time they get it through, they have all this debt from it. So what they do is they do not offer generic medication for certain things until a certain period of time. Now, I forget if it's 7 or 10 years, but what happens is after 7 to 10 years, you're allowed to make a generic, because they should have gotten their money back at that point. Just be careful, guys, when you're out there. There's a lot of stuff that you don't really know. A lot of side effects. Now, one of the things that I do when I teach you guys this is I want you to understand, I stay away from blanket statements, or I try to, because there are the exceptions to the case. Always. Nothing can be used as a blanket statement. That's ignorant to think that something is blanketed across every single person. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.